Now, so far in this class, we've focused on different techniques for different scenes, but not so much a style of scene, like the different kinds of scenes you can come up with. But the chase scene requires, or warrants, I should say, a little bit of special attention. So what do I mean by a chase scene? Really what I mean is, in general, a very high intensity scene. It's most transparent in like a car chase. So that's kind of the archetype that we use when we're talking about this. So imagine a car chase scene. They tend to be a little long. They tend to be really intense. And what's tricky about it is that you don't want to have music that's just like going full blast for the entire scene, because then you've got nowhere to go. You need to have some ebb and flow in it, some intense, a little bit of pullback, so that you've got a little bit more to give. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So car chases, fight scenes also often fall in this category, although they tend to be a little slower paced, but not always. It depends. It totally depends. Any other scene when you've got a lot of intense stuff going really fast, sometimes even like a montage scene, if it's a really kind of intense one, a robbery scene. I can imagine a lot of different situations where you'd want to do something like this. But I like car chase scenes just for an example, because if you can get a car chase scene figured out really well, then you can do the kind of intense thing. They're kind of the most intense scene that we typically come across. I'm sure you'll be working on something that has another more intense, more driving scene, but it's not typical. Typically, we find car chase scenes are the kind of height of the movie in terms of the intensity of the music. So let's look at a few, and while we're looking at them, I want to dissect a couple things. So I'm going to point out some stuff, and then we're going to go into some different techniques that you use in these kinds of scenes, and then we're going to score one. So let's dive into our first example in the next video.